So good morning. My name is Cynthia Ingram, and I am the Community Resource Specialist with Harbor Village. And what that is I set up all of your aftercare. And we're going to talk a little bit about what aftercare is, what that looks like, the necessity of it, and how it was important for me in my personal recovery. The aftercare portion of what we do, it starts from your time of admission. And what we do is, at the time you're admitted to Harbor Village, we ask questions, just little questions, so that I have an idea. Once you step down to a certain level of care, I have an idea, okay, what's this going to look like when you leave here? So we ask certain questions at the beginning, at the time of your admission. Once you get here, you eventually meet with me. And again, I am the Community Resource Specialist, all aftercare. And you'll meet with me. We'll do an initial intake, so to speak. And what happens with that is I find out some more information. Okay, what is your plan when you leave here? Do you have a plan? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Are you going home? Are you staying here? Are you planning on doing meetings? Are you planning on doing anything to continue your process in recovery? And once that's established, then I start setting everything up. We will meet one more time prior to you discharging, and then we'll make some phone calls. We'll start setting things up. And what aftercare is, it's a continuation of your process here in treatment. And what we do is we look at sober living, if that's where you want to go. We look at intensive outpatient programs so that you can keep that momentum going for your aftercare, for your recovery. We look at the meetings in your area, if you're returning home, if you're staying here, all this comes into play. And most of the time, whether you're going home or you're staying here, the process is the same. We seek out sober living that sometimes has an IOP or an OP program attached to it, so that you have all your needs met in one place, just like you did here at Harbor Village. Intensive outpatient, what is that? Intensive outpatient is usually 3 days a week. A lot of places offer it either from 9 in the morning till 12 in the afternoon, or 6 in the evening to 9 p.m. And what you get with that aftercare is you get 3 classes, just like you have here at Harbor Village. You get your 3 classes or your groups. You get to meet with a therapist, and you see a psychiatrist once a week. And what I'm going to tell you, for me, in my personal recovery, it was a necessity. It kept me locked in. I was not ready to just be dropped off on the curb. I needed to continue to work this process, to stay connected. That's what IOP does for you. It keeps you connected. It doesn't just, okay, I'm finished, treatment, now I'm ready for life. Because most of the time we're not ready to be just dropped back in there into life. So what happens is you go to your aftercare, you go to your groups, you have a case manager that works with you. So if there's things that you need within that program, they provide it for you. It's just a step down in care that you would receive here at Harbor Village. And like I said, for me, it was a necessity, because I just didn't want to be done with treatment. I needed to know where the meetings were. I needed to get connected with the meetings. I needed to be able to still see a therapist, because I had some stuff that came up for me while I was in treatment, some stuff I started to work on, but I wanted to continue to work on. I wanted to continue to get better with it. So I still needed that one-on-one with the therapist. And the psychiatrist, I still needed to be connected with that piece. So aftercare is crucial. And let me repeat that. Aftercare is crucial to your continued process in recovery. We have our AA/NA meetings. We have our church. We have our other sources that we use once we leave here. But there's nothing like continuing to hold on to that piece that I felt safe at. And that's the key word I want to put out there. I felt safe. So I found a place where I could go that I continued to feel safe. And then they weaned me off of the program. And then they dropped me down into a lower level of care, which is OP. And with the OP part, what that is you'll go once a week. Now you're ready to put on your big girl and big boy undergarments. And we're ready for that next piece. So now I'm going once a week. I'm still meeting with the therapist once a week. I'm still meeting with my psychiatrist. And I'm still doing my AA/NA, my church, and so forth and so on. And then eventually you get to step out there. I want to let you know that aftercare is crucial. It's crucial to your continued process in recovery. It is something that you're going to need to do to continue to build on that process for you. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I don't need aftercare, I got this. Let me tell you something. I've been in recovery for quite a few years, and I don't got this. People come up to me, and when I'm setting up their aftercare, they want to tell me, well, I don't need to go to IOP. I don't need anything but meetings. And let me tell you, I am here to let you know, you need the whole gamut. Just like in recovery, when you go to meetings and they talk about working steps and getting a sponsor and being of service, you cannot do one without the other. You cannot have treatment and not have aftercare. To be honest with you, it won't click for you. You know, so that's why we push it the way we do, you know, and I will always push the importance of aftercare because I know how it worked in my life. And I still connect with my therapist. If I need a little fine tune, you know, I'll find a little group that I can go to, and I go do that. But that's where I'm at in my process. I want to stay connected. I don't want to keep coming back here because I've missed something. You know, and what I know that works, if you stay connected with that aftercare process, going to your groups consistently, meeting with your therapist, meeting with your case manager, doing everything that you did here at Harbor Village, you will be on the right track to recovery. If you find yourself deviating from any part of that, things are going to start getting crazy for you. So again, Harbor Village offers you this service because it's a service that is needed. It is something that we know works. It is something that we know is crucial to your continued success in recovery. So please, when you meet with me or you meet with whoever and you start this process, please understand this is a necessity. It is a must. It is crucial. Just like coming to treatment, going to detox, doing that whole process, aftercare is just as important as the whole gamut in the beginning. So I urge you, please, please, don't shoot aftercare down. It is part of your continued success in recovery.